Yet she learned of her son's big secret. Her panic immediately caught her friend's attention. "What's wrong?" "My son seems unusually large." Her friend heard this and burst out laughing. She thought it was quite normal. "It's almost deformed in size, worse than a pig's tail." Ursula married a relative. She feared it might affect the child's health. Her friend told her not to fret and said she could read the boy's future. Then the eldest son Arcadius was taken into the room. Hera told him to relax a bit and asked him to draw 3 cards from the deck. But upon seeing the drawn cards, "You will be relentless like a whirlwind." The eldest son felt proud after that, but just then, Hera suddenly moved her hand under the table forward. The eldest son felt weak, like he'd been shot, until Ursula walked in. This broke the awkward situation. She asked her friend how it went. "He won't worry about women or kids." Little did she know, his fate would change too. By nightfall, the oldest son can't sleep, feeling hot and restless. So he sneaks out quietly. He heads straight to Pyra's room. And it was on this dark night Arcadius became a real man. Ursula knows nothing of her son's doings. But unexpectedly, their hands clasp in a glance. However, their closeness is noticed by the younger son. He sees that his brother's often out at night. He usually comes back near dawn. As the younger brother keeps asking, Arcadius reveals his secret. He is curious about Arcadius' experiences. This becomes a secret between the two brothers. As a father, Jose remains as usual. He researches different things at home daily. He hopes to monetize these studies, thus helping Macondo catch up with modern development, until one day he creates a mirror that can focus on light energy too. The family is instantly thrilled to see it. For the first time, they feel the allure of science. Soon, the annual fair arrives again. The gypsy caravan returns to this remote town. It's also the first time he sees a huge block of ice emitting cold. The ice looked just like sparkling diamonds. Jose was instantly captivated. As he reached out to touch it, he was stopped. It turned out that touching it cost 5 reals. Jose didn't hesitate and paid right away. For those who lived in the jungle all their lives, that icy sensation became a completely unique experience. Many years later, when his youngest son, Aureliano, was executed, he remembered this familiar scene from today. But soon, Jose received devastating news. He found an elder performing with the caravan, asked why the bearded man wasn't here this time. Majador has died. He rests on a sandbar in Singapore. The elder's words hit like lightning. Jose couldn't accept it at that moment, as he tried to ask the elder more. Even the bustling fair became quiet, and it turned empty. In that moment, his world felt hollow. He returned home, lost and dejected. This lab was founded by him and the bearded elder. Now it was just his solitary presence, but thankfully he had his wife with him, adding a touch of warmth to his sorrowful heart. The best way to honor a friend is to ensure the alchemy he brought doesn't fade away. With no one around, Ursula had to give birth alone. Ursula smoothly had a girl. She instinctively glanced at her daughter. Thankfully, the daughter was normal and had no pigtail. But not until the next morning, as everyone was celebrating. Jose then ran over shouting he had succeeded in his alchemy. He even extracted a piece of gold from the alloy. But the eldest son said it looked like a pile of dog crap. Jose slapped him without thinking. He didn't know the slap would hit hard, cause him to lose a son. The eldest son left home filled with resentment. He went straight to Pyrrha for comfort. He didn't want to spend all day in the lab like his father. As he grew up, he wanted his own way of life. He just wanted to be with Pyrrha every day. Soon, they went to the fair together. They were captivated by the flying carpet in the sky. But at that moment, Pyrrha suddenly told him he would soon be a father. Arcadius turned pale with fear. After all, I'm still a kid. How could I possibly raise a child? That night, Arcadius lay awake. He couldn't face what was about to happen. A striking gypsy girl appeared. The girl caught his eye right away. With just a glance, they became intimate. Until the next morning, Ursula realized her eldest son was missing. She hurriedly took her youngest son to look for him. From a man she learned. Last night, her eldest son was with the gypsy girl. But by the time they arrived, the gypsy caravan had left. It seemed her son had left with the caravan. He joined the gypsies. She herself ran into the mountains to pursue. Soon Jose arrived with the others, but they searched for 3 whole days and nights. They couldn't find the eldest son, but even Ursula, who went to find him, had vanished. No one knew where they had gone. And from then on, raising the daughter fell to Jose. The once lively home now felt desolate. But Jose kept studying gold and silver extraction. Dad! Look at the basket! Dad, it's all about material traits. There's nothing special, just understand the principles. 5 months flew by. And saw a familiar face through the lens. He quickly caught that over to see. Sure enough, it was his long-lost wife. She went to a town across the marsh, and she brought many skilled immigrants. Unfortunately, she still could not find the eldest son, and she didn't know where the gypsies went. Jose praised his wife endlessly. Her journey had brought back immigrants. She surely linked Macondo to be outside. Home now had 2 more servants due to this, but the tranquil life did not last long. Little did they know that on this night, Pera suddenly showed up with her son. She claimed, "This is your grandson." Ursula found it hard to accept. "Yet you've given me a grandson." "Yet the child is blameless." They eventually agreed to keep the child, but Pyrrha can never enter again, and that the child would never know who his mother was. Pyrrha reluctantly agreed. Jose named his grandson Arcadius. He is the 3rd of the Buendia line, and all of this was observed by younger son Aureliano. As time passed swiftly, Aureliano shed his once youthful face, until one day he suddenly felt as if something bad was about to happen. His ability to foresee the future seemed to return. Someone is coming.